In the mud-choked trenches of the Western Front, where the stench of cordite and decay hung thick in the air, soldiers discovered something their grandfathers knew, but modernity had forgotten. Among the shattered chalk and clay of Flanders, men unearthed flint nodules, the same volcanic glass their Neolithic ancestors had napped 5,000 years before. What began as curiosity became revelation. These ancient stone edges, when properly struck, could achieve what no factory-made steel blade of 1916 could match, a cutting edge so microscopically fine it sliced through rope, leather and flesh with almost supernatural ease. The obsidian and flint tools that built Stonehenge and cleared Europe's primeval forests had not become obsolete. They had simply been forgotten. The razor's edge, understanding superior sharpness. The trench raiders who fashioned makeshift blades from battlefield flint were, well, rediscovering a truth that modern metallurgy still struggles to replicate. When volcanic glass fractures, it creates an edge measured in mere molecules, about 3 nanometers thick at its very finest point. Now compare this to surgical steel, which typically achieves edges around 300 nanometers, and you really begin to understand why frontline soldiers risked their lives scavenging for these stones during nighttime patrols across no man's land. The screech of shells overhead and the constant percussion of distant artillery, honestly, became the soundtrack to an ancient craft reborn. Men crouched in firelight, carefully percussion-flaking nodules the way their Stone Age predecessors had, creating scalpel-sharp tools that could silently dispatch sentries or meticulously butcher precious rations without tearing the meat fibers that steel mangled. What separated these 5,000-year-old tool designs from modern implements wasn't merely sharpness. It was the profound understanding of human biomechanics encoded in their form. A properly hafted Neolithic axe, its stone head bound with rawhide and pitched to a carefully selected ash handle, distributes impact force through the entire tool in ways that mass-produced steel axes cannot match. Soldiers who fashioned trench clubs and digging implements learned this through brutal necessity. The resonance of a poorly balanced, modern entrenching tool could, honestly, just shatter a man's wrists after hours of excavation in the frozen earth. But tools shaped according to ancient proportions, wider cutting faces, strategically placed mass, ergonomic angles perfected through millennia, could be wielded from dawn until dusk. These weren't primitive approximations. They were actually sophisticated engineering solutions that addressed the fundamental relationship between human musculature, tool weight, and repetitive task efficiency in ways our industrial age had, well, sacrificed for mass production. When supply lines collapsed and replacement equipment became, frankly, a fantasy, the repairability of ancient tool designs revealed their greatest advantage. A broken steel bayonet was just scrap metal. A fractured flint blade could be re-knapped, its edge restored in just minutes by firelight, using only another stone and, the knowledge passed down through countless generations. This sustainability became survival. Soldiers learned to see the landscape itself as an endless armory, every chalk outcropping a potential source of cutting edges, every riverbed a cache of napping hammerstones. The self-reliance this fostered transcended mere practicality. It connected these modern warriors to an unbroken human tradition of resourcefulness, stretching back to humanity's first toolmakers. Understanding why 5,000-year-old tools could outperform modern equivalents isn't about romanticizing the past. It's about recognizing that true effectiveness isn't synonymous with technological complexity. Subscribe to Fieldcraft, Chronicles, and share this knowledge with those who understand that the most reliable skills are those tested across millennia, not marketing cycles.